Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day. We have a very special hour for you because we're going to enjoy mechanical models from UGears, the most intricate, beautiful models. Now, what separates these? Aesthetically, they look fantastic, but they all have a working mechanism. You've just been enjoying the windmill at the moment. This is one of the new today's. Brand new, we've never featured this before, and it is absolutely stunning, a showstopper. But what I will say, do not be put off. If you've never done any of the models from UGears before and you seem a little bit daunted, yes, it's intricate, yes, it's stunning, but it's also extremely achievable. Allow me to introduce you to John. First time working with John. How you doing, mate?
Hi,
Good
Yanis.
to see you.
Good to see you too.
Sound like you've got a bit of a thespian voice there. Have you walked the boards?
Oh, it's been known once or twice. One or two people might know my voice, but that's not the most important thing here today.
Okay, well, not at all. But it's nice to meet you. So, UGears. Now, I've been fortunate enough to have done a few shows in the past with UGears. I was genuinely blown away by them. The quality that you're getting with the kits. And we will be showing you, we'll be unboxing one of the kits and actually having a go ourselves. But they're absolutely a joy to make and so simple to follow. It's
the precision work you've got here, the detailed engineering. The guys who create these are engineers of the top class.
Yes.
They're aircraft engineers, they're road engineers. They know exactly what they're doing when they're designing these things. And I sit and I watch some of the videos of how they've crafted these and put them into the CAD design on the computer so that the laser will then go and cut the plywood, which is what they're made of. And I'm just aghast. It's one of those where you go, if you're trying to reach that, if you're trying to create that sort of model, how on earth would you start?
Well, it's true. And where would you, look, where would you start? We're already getting busy for these. Okay, now listen, what I will say to you is looking at the price, you have got a flexi payment, but for £63.99, or splitting that price in half with a flexi payment, this is going to be one of the best investments you'll make. It's an absolute joy to make. Think about, it could be a present for somebody else because we are getting close to Christmas, or for yourself. You talk about the intricacies and you can see the mechanisms coming through there as well. John, if I'm just going to turn this around.
Just turn it to one side. Yes, and as you do so, you'll spot the little sandbag down there. It's the little things like that I love. Yes. And we'll point those out on all of the models because they all have them. This is not only new to you, it's new for us as well. This is a brand new model. Wow. It's the Tower Windmill, and it's designed to be a bit sort of Don Quixote, Sancho Panza-esque. Oh, I like that. Do you know? Don Quixote tilting at the windmills? Yes. Well, he never tilted at one that was quite as complex as this, I reckon. But inside the gearing and so on is exactly what you will make. You will construct that. You will construct that from the flat pack that it comes in.
That blows me away, John.
Yanis, we're getting near to Christmas, and you know what it's like when you've got those presents that are under the Christmas tree. Yes. And you kind of lift them up, and if they're a bit too light, you're less interested. And if they're quite the wrong size, it's, no, I'm not going to open that one. It's the ones that are the right weight and the right size, you go, this could be intriguing.
I totally get what you're saying. So imagine this.
Pick that one up. Does that feel about the right weight?
Now, I tell you what, that's weighty. In the very best sense of the word, that look, you know, if you pick that up, I'm just imagining Christmas morning, unwrapping that. And we all know somebody, actually, I know a number of friends who would love to be waking up Christmas morning and Santa's bringing this. It is a fantastic gift, whether it's for yourself or for somebody else, someone close to you, and you want to give them something special. But these really are special.
I call it the weight of expectation.
That's very nice.
Because when you feel it, you go, there's something good inside here.
There is. And you've summed it up beautifully. I like that, weight of expectation. Right now, though, if you're expecting a bargain, you're getting it because you've got that flexi payment option. £32, your first payment, you're splitting that price in half. Your item number, if you want to go for this beautiful windmill, and it is so evocative, 913-295, your item number. So we've gone for the windmill, classic, and it just inspires so many different connotations to the steam train. How many people love their trains in the UK, in the world? I mean, it's got such a fan base.
If you're familiar with steam trains from UGears, you'll know there is a steam train model. This is a brand new one. This is the Express steam train with tender, the V-Express steam train. And again, the detail on this is stunning.
Ridiculous detail. It's so good.
I'm going to turn it around if I may, so we can pick up some of that detail. Right. Certainly to look at the top. Remember, this comes flat packed.
I just can't get my head around that, John.
If you can see along the top here, this area here, of course, is curved. So the laser cutting that has gone on to allow that to make into the curve of the boiler of the steam train. And again, inside you can see the drive mechanism linking all of the wheels. We're dealing with a 462 here, if you are a steam train enthusiast.
Well, actually, our producer Robin is, and she was very excited about this.
So this one, of course, like so many of the UGears models, actually works and is driven by rubber bands. So the things to say about the UGears models, there's no glue.
And that's a biggie.
It's
you don't have to worry about glue.
There is nothing sticky to get your hands covered in. It all slots together with beautiful instructions that we will show you. And the whole thing is made from plywood. Plywood that is created from sustainable forests.
Now, I remember that from my last time spending an hour with UGears. And for me, I think that's really important.
Absolutely.
So it's the quality of the wood, the fact that it is sustainable, so doing the bit for the environment. Because I know as a company, it's such an ethical company. And bringing on the designers, because the whole concept, and we were just having a little chat about this before the show, so UGears, originally born out of crowdfunding.
Correct.
Started with how many of the designs you were saying?
Just a few, just a handful, and there's now well over 27, 28 models, but they're making new ones all the time. And I turn around and I say, oh, there's 27. They go, no, we've done more than that. So the brand and the range is increasing dramatically and has done. Founded in 2015, so it's a fairly young company. And you from Ukrainian, which is the background of the originators. Of the company. But we have to say that, you know, this whole construction in an age when plastic is our enemy right now, isn't it? Yeah,
so true. And I am really trying to cut down on my use of plastic.
So we have something that is environmentally friendly, that is beautiful to create, that is fabulous to show off. And when you make models, and the guys and men and women who watch Hochanda, the boys and girls who watch Hochanda, you are the cognoscenti. You are the people who know about the thrill of construction.
Oh, yes.
Well, you have that in spades here. This is just beautiful and lengthy in some instances. So some of the models are easier to make than others. We've got quite a few here that are a little more complex. There are some that are starter models, but this is going to take you a little while.
Well, the thing is, there's a joy. It's not a race. And what really separates the models apart, and again, for anyone who's just tuned in, aesthetically, having this on a mantelpiece or a window ledge or in a room on display, it looks fantastic. You can see it for yourself. You don't need me to tell you that. But the fact that it also moves, and we're just going to show it in action now, this is what makes UGears so innovative and so special, because you've got a working mechanism that you've built, all of this being flat packed, and we'll take a little look, John. Go for it.
So this is the locking mechanism. You have to make sure that this is locked so that you can then turn it over and you can then wind. And we wind at the top here. This one is quite covered. In fact, with the other locomotive, you can see the rubber bands working and twisting. But I'm just going to twist that, and you can hear.
Sounds good. Quality.
You can hear the clicking mechanism as you tighten and tension the rubber band inside.
The click of confidence there, John.
Exactly. I'm going to remove the two little rails we've got here in front, because otherwise it will shoot off the end of those.
Okay.
And then we're just going to pop it down.
Anna's ready to catch.
Yes, you need to be. And I'm operating it the wrong way round because I'm looking at it from the wrong way round. And then, oh, well, maybe I haven't wound it up enough. Let me just take the brake off one more time. These are all new models, these ones. There we go. Okay, so I need to wind that one more time, excuse me.
That's okay, no, that's right, happens.
These are all new models, and I will say that briefly because they're made out of wood. When you actually start them for the first time, they're a little bit creaky because they're all using contacts that have got no grease and any bearings. They're all wooden. All the spindles are wooden as well. So they occasionally take a little while to warm up.
But
and
can you just
with all these demos, I'm going to say, Yanis, there will be those moments when you go, hang on a minute, I just need to check that everything's in place, because
live TV, John.
It's a construction model that's made purely by hand from pieces that slots together by hand with no glue whatsoever. I'll tension the band a little more.
What I will say to you, can you imagine, it could be for yourself or someone in your family who's passionate about trains, not only are you going to give them something that they'll make, that they'll keep, that they will love, it will be an heirloom, but imagine them having the joy of having this on display. It actually works. You can see there when you do it on the track.
We're a
you
little
put it on the
stiff
tracks
today.
as well. No, it's absolutely fine.
So
you're putting it together. We have got video, we got footage showing some of the models, and we will be showing that. Well, there you go.
There we go.
Boom.
So that's when you release the tension.
Okay. So that's absolutely fine. And we've got to be careful, obviously, we don't want to fly it off the counter as well, so I know John's just trying to be careful. We will be showing video, so please stay in touch. If you've got any questions, but you can see the amount of thought that's gone into the kits. The attention to detail is absolutely stunning. And there we go, John.
As I say, they're a little stiff sometimes to begin with because, again, we're being driven by rubber band. We're using wooden parts here. And these have only just, they only arrived today, so we've been checking them all over. The one thing, they go through the post very, very well when they're flat packed before you make them. They're not so great travelling through the post when you send them when they're fully made.
Listen, understandable. Let's just have a look at this for a moment. Let's just pause to appreciate the design work that you are getting. How incredibly beautiful.
Have a look at the back. Have a look at the cab if you can, because the detail of the cab with the 2 seats there for the driver and the fireman as well.
Wow. Wow, that's ridiculous. So just hearing, I was chatting to Molly, our director, and she was saying she starts seeing someone, a lovely guy, and apparently his dad...
Does that mean I've got to cross her off the Christmas card list now?
You've got, well, okay, maybe. Well, I'll keep you posted.
Thanks.
But saying that, his dad is a steam train driver. This would be a perfect gift. Molly, you need to order this.
And again, this is the tender. You know, there's a little mechanism just on the side here which I press, which just lifts either side.
Oh, come on.
Where you can put that in. I mean, it's that level of attention to detail, and you're going to make
smooth.
If you're going to make these, and all the mechanisms will function like that, down to the simple mechanism whereby you couple them together, and that is accessed down here, just with a little rubber band and a little lever on the side, which I'm holding at the wrong angle for you to see, so let me see.
Right,
there we go. There you go.
Okay.
That opens the coupling that you then couple the two together with.
Incredible. It is beautiful. Details on your screen, $63.99. Is there somebody who you're struggling to buy a present for? I think we've pretty much got everybody covered on the show today. And the point is, John, I think you find Christmas, last year it was, you know, the goggles, everyone's what you put, the 3D
Virtual
goggles.
reality,
yeah, so everyone's getting it. The thing is, I received 3 of those from friends. And everyone's like, just generic gift, generic gift. Here you're getting something that is unique, it's special, and not only do you have the joy of making it, but I would put that proudly and display it in the home. And
it's a real talking point. People come in, see it on the mantelpiece, see it in the display cabinet, and they do talk about it. They want to know what it is, because it doesn't look like anything else that you have.
Yeah. And to say you've made it. Right, Dieter, we've got lots more to show you. $63.99, there is a flexi payment. Make life easy for yourself. Split that price in half. 865 and 942 your item number. £32 your first payment, and then in 4 weeks' time, another £32. Let's move on, because we've got something, a bit of a regal touch. This is very nice, John. This is fair. Now, we've got a promo running at the moment. You've got the HOCHANDA team, and we've dressed up. There's a bit of Cinderella Panto vibe going on.
I spotted that, yes, very sparkly.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. So here, it's got that fancy element of it, or it's just something special.
Yes, I mean, this is a celebrate or commemoration of a particular royal event. And it's the sort of carriage that would have been used on that day.
Yeah, it really does bring you back to that moment. And it was very special. I know, we all know what we're talking about here. But having that displayed in a unit, in a room, it looks fantastic. The attention to detail, and that's all I'm hearing from the team. Everyone's absolutely blown away by that attention to detail. And it just conjures up the whole, everything, all your emotions and all those connotations evolving that event. It is a special, special piece. And they look very happy there.
As you're looking at the close-up right now, this is a beautifully framed close-up, you will see that you have the suspension on the carriage from 2 rubber bands just there.
Clever.
So again, we're looking at a design where you could have done it differently. You could have done it the simple way. UGears do it the complex way, but the beauty of it is you will build it like that. You will create from something very simple, something that looks entirely complex. This one also moves. Again, we've got the wind mechanism at the back here. You can hear clicking as we tension the rubber bands. And you also note the rubber bands that have been used as tyres on the wheels themselves. Let me just close up the doors. And again, I will apologise for this one because, again, it's slightly stiff. There's a brake mechanism here that I need to pull back, and I need to make sure is disconnected, which it's not going to do for me. It's not going to perform. There we go.
Well, no, it's okay. We're seeing, obviously, we've got to be careful because we haven't got a lot of space and we don't want to damage anything from here. But the principles of the actual mechanism, so we're working with basic physics, so it's not kinetic energy, it's the There is a term for it. It's that potential energy. So you're building up, you're storing the energy,
in the rubber band,
and then releasing.
And then with the brake mechanism, you unleash that energy to then drive it forward.
So it does work. You don't have to worry about the physics behind it. And this is what I love about the kits, because there is a lot of science and engineering gone into the kits. You don't need to concern yourself with it. You don't need to use glue. Okay. You don't have to worry about following the instructions, because it's super simple to follow. You're putting it all together. It slots together beautifully, and at the end of it, you're going to have the most beautiful, beautiful mantle pleaser. So if you were to make this, approximately, I mean, how long is a piece of string, but say about 4 hours. I mean, that's a weekend project.
There we go.
Would be fantastic.
Yeah, listen, these are not designed to be high-powered models that you're going to get to zoom off into the distance.
No.
The beauty of having the rubber band in there and the control and drive mechanisms is to illustrate that you can get them to move.
Well,
but performance is not necessarily their forte.
But it does set off the engineering. You get to appreciate the detail of the engineering and the fact you have got that movement.
Yes, and to build something like this, again, is partly dependent on your skill as a model maker. But you're looking at something in the region of 4 to 5 hours for something of this size. The locomotives a little more, maybe 8, 9, 10 hours. But the complexity of them is actually what you see afterwards. It's the simplicity, and I want to open, in a moment, I want to open one of the packages so you can see how they come, and you can see how the instructions make it so simple for you to construct any of these.
If you do have any questions for John, we'd love to hear from you, studio@hochanda.com. I've got a question for you, John.
Yes.
I'm going to put you on the spot. This particular option, so this beautiful, beautiful design with the carriage, who would you give that to in your life? Do you know anyone who this brings out and you think they would love it?
Well, of course, I'm very good friends with Megan, and I think she'd probably like one of herself.
I think she would. Yeah? Unfortunately, I've already got one for Harry, so that would be a little bit awkward, but hey,
Janice, why do you always get in first?
I'm sorry, we should have discussed this. Listen, details on your screen. You're saving £3, £36. Stop one moment. Are you kidding me? £36 for this? Imagine if you saw this in a shop. How much would you be charged? Absolutely stunning and great, really good value. And what a price point for a present for somebody. 945454, your item number. Very busy for this, and I know why. Okay, moving on. I really like this, John. Talk to me about this, because this instantly, I came into the studio and I was like, what?
Well, again, this is new for us as well. This is the trimaran. And if you've ever constructed a boat, I mean, you see those models, don't you, with the rigging, and you see with the sails and the masts and so on.
That big race?
Well, there's around the world.
Around the world, they do the racing. Oh, there's a big, it's a Challenge Cup or something like that when they're on the...
When you get the very fastest, the America's Cup.
Yeah, that's it, the America's Cup.
The America's Cup is for the fastest boats, yes. Well, you look at this thing, I think it's a sort of combination between one of those boats and Pirates of the Caribbean myself. Because if you look at the hull, the central hull of that, it's almost shark-like, isn't it? You almost got the ribs there of the boat underneath.
Yes.
And I think that whole setup, again, we've got... Can you see that we've got the... if we actually turn the wheel, you can move the rudders on either side of the two hulls, and it's a trimaran.
Got a dinghy on the back as well.
Again, his attention to detail is huge. This is probably one of the most complex models, because again, you've got the rigging details to put in there. But I love this one, and I think this is spectacular in the way that it's being constructed.
And I've just seen the Freedom price. Now, listen, 2 Freedom payments, if you're going to split it in flexi option, £18, so you're splitting your price in half, is exceptional. You see the seahorse that John was just alluding to. It's got the tender, it's got the detail. What I will say to you, have you been on holiday? Have you had a little walk around a port? I did that. I was actually lucky enough. I went on holiday a little while ago, and the first thing, we took a walk around a port, and you see these beautiful boats, and you're attracted to it, and you're going through, and you play that game.
First thing I go is I can't afford any of those.
You can't. But you play the game like, oh, do you know what? Which one would you buy if you could? Well, you can buy this, and if you know someone who's passionate about the sea or just I mean, aesthetically, I think we can all appreciate this is stunning. And in my mind, so I'll tell you, because they won't be watching, my brother-in-law, I struggled to buy him presents. My cousin, again, I struggled to buy presents. They would love this. So if you know somebody in your life, it's not just for the guys, I'm just making that because in my life, these are 2 people that I struggle with. If you know somebody who would love this and you struggle to buy a present for them, $39.99, you can't go wrong. You really can't.
No, I think this is the intriguing thing, that whenever I've introduced somebody to these models, they've gone, do you know what, I've been looking for a present for so-and-so for ages. This might just fit the job. In fact, I said it to my sister-in-law only yesterday. She went, what are they? What are they? Show me the pictures. Show me the pictures, because I said I was coming up here today. She showed me the pictures. She said, I think you've just solved the problem. Amazing. For two kids who are in their early teens.
Brilliant. And
they have, they've been through everything already.
Get them off their phones.
Well, that's the other thing as well, when we spend our whole time staring at a small screen.
We're all guilty of
this area of construction, again, but you know, we're talking to people who know that sort of stuff. The reason that guys and girls watch Hochanda is because they know the beauty and the fun from creating things with your hands.
Beautifully said. It's true.
Well, but that's what we're missing in this electronic age, where all we have to do is point at something or do that with our fingers to make something look bigger. This is about true dexterity. This is about, I can't even say dexterity. Should we try that again? It's about true dexterity. It's about actually creating something that you then have to show off afterwards. Most of what we do on our phones is disposable. I mean, half the time there are companies out there creating things that mean you can show your photographs, because all your photographs live on the phone and nobody gets to see them. And here is something you actually look at and you can see afterwards.
Now, you're so right, because I see, say, producer Robin, I see her, she's on her phone, she keeps swiping right, I don't know what app she's using.
I don't think she looked at me once this morning.
Just literally, just right. Occasionally left. But what I will say, look, joking aside, and you touched on something here, because it's having the fun of making, using our hands, creating something, but then you're going to be displaying it. This is not disposable. You're going to display it in your room. It's a talking point. It's something we were discussing earlier on. Stunning.
Yeah, and this one really kind of takes my breath away the moment you see it. And one of the reasons we haven't shown you and demonstrated and picked it up much, it's very complex, this one. And again, if you're at the top end, if you're one of those people who goes, look, I've done all the easy stuff, I can make the carriage, I can do the windmill, have a go at this one. Challenge yourself with this one.
Send us a picture. Details on your screen. I just cannot believe that flexi payment. £18, winging its way to you. Now, that's the first of 2 payments, so then in 4 weeks' time, you pay the remaining £18. Your item number, 966059. Moving on, there really is something for everyone.
Yes.
Look, we are very busy for your bike. What I will say, do you know anybody, guy or girl, and I want to stress that, because bikes are not just for the guys, do you know anyone who's passionate about bikes?
Are you a 2 wheels good or 4 wheels good sort of person?
I'll be honest, I love the idea of 2 wheels, but I'm 4 wheels.
Yeah, I have to say I'm the same, but if I saw a bike like this, I might be rather tempted. I want you to take a look at everything from the detail of the rear tyre. Shall I demonstrate that? Take a look at the thickness of this rear tyre and the way that it's been designed.
That is a bike.
Can you see that? That's a proper, it's almost like a dragster's tyre, isn't it?
John, out of wood, and it really has got, that is incredible, the detail, that tyre tread that you're able to achieve.
Through to the quilting on the seat, the little speedometer on the petrol tank, the way the petrol tank is constructed, right the way through to intricate little details like the stand that sits there to allow the bike to stand up on its own, and then when you've finished, just folds up.
Incredible.
Like that.
Because it is a working movement.
It is. And once again, we've got a winding mechanism here, little gear stop here, and we have to wind this one up. The drive belts in this one are cotton.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this into the lock position. That would help.
20% of the stock has gone here for $16.99. You're getting that. Sorry, $16.19. That is such a good price if you're a Freedom member, and that is your delivered price. What a gift. Or $17.99 is still
actually,
great.
My best way of doing it is to turn it that way around so you can actually see that it's going to move. And we take the lock off.
Oh, yeah.
And it disappears off the table like that. So once again, we're not talking about great speeds or great force,
shows that it does
but the whole thing works using a drive band as well, which in this instance is driving the rear wheels with a cotton band rather than a rubber band in this instance. But the rubber band provides the initial momentum and power force.
I think this is exceptional. And for $17.99 or $16.19 as a present, and let's talk. I'm sorry, I know we're talking about presents a lot, but the fact is Christmas is just around the corner. We're starting to think about presents here. You know, earlier on, we were discussing that weight ratio and the size. Having that under the tree, giving it to somebody, and then they have the joy of making a bike that they will proudly display. It is such a beautiful, beautiful model.
And let me come back to the most important things, Yanis. There's no glue, okay? This is made from plywood. You know where plywood, the time plywood comes from? It's from the French plié.
I didn't know
Plié is to fold.
Okay.
So what you do with plywood to make sure that it's extra strong is you put the grain of the wood at 90 degrees each time you apply a layer. And that makes it super strong when you compress it. So this is all made from plywood, and the original trees that it comes from are all from sustainable forests, which is vital for UGears to make sure that it's a truly...
An ethical company.
Exactly. A truly ethical company and a truly sustainable company as well. Because this is this balance, there isn't it? But we've got between, you know, the vast amount of plastic that we're now using that we want to get rid of, but the resources that are required to create something out of wood, which something that grows and it has to be replaced. You've got to make that balance right.
We are really busy for the bike.
Love the bike. It's one of my favourites.
I can see why, because it is that attention to detail that you are getting, and the fact, as John quite rightly said, all made from wood, and look at the attention, the fact that it is a working mechanism as well. And for that price point, because there are, and we all do this, you know, when you're buying for somebody or for yourself, because this could be for yourself, which is absolutely fine, but if you're buying a present for someone, there are friends who you're going to be spending around £15 on, 15 to £20. Some friends you want to spend a bit more, or family members, but this is such a good price point, I think, for so many people. So £16.19 if you're a Freedom member, and so many of you are. Take advantage, a third of the stock has gone, and John's showing you, you are getting that working movement with the bike as well. It is stunning. Okay, got to move on. 181449, your item number. Really busy for the bike. Very, very busy. This is nice. Okay, what I will show you, treasure box. We've seen it before. For anyone who's not seen it, now to look at, it's fantastic. Have you seen a movie? You've seen Labyrinth?
Yes.
Yeah, you remember Labyrinth? David Bowie? So it's got a secret to it. There's a fascination here.
And we love a secret.
We all love a secret. So
we love knowing more than somebody else.
Yeah.
That's the trick, isn't it?
Having it, and it's functional. It works. You will put stuff in here. So treasure box for a reason. You have to promise something, okay? So John's going to let you in on the secret. You can't tell anyone about this.
Okay, this is just between us. This is us.
All right? It's our viewers. Don't worry. They keep a secret.
So the way you open this is you have to twist.
Okay.
This is where I get the twist mechanism wrong. Where's the twist? There's the twist. Okay.
So you're twisting anti-clockwise.
Twist to open.
Yeah.
Okay, and that reveals the key right inside. This is the secret bit. You have to take the key and you have to twist the key and then...
It just pulls out.
Pull out.
Okay.
And then you've got to apply the key somewhere.
Right.
So if we take a look around the side, it's not going to be there. Oh, I wonder if it might be there. Oh. And this is where I have to do it in reverse.
Okay.
Find the place that the key fits, which is there.
Okay.
And then we turn the key. And thus it opens.
What? And then you can put whatever you want inside. You get that accordion, the corners to the actual box, which is beautiful.
Well, let me remind you that this is all flat packed. Yet we've got these beautiful curves. We had it on the locomotive. We have it on this as well. And again inside, if you can see the beautiful curved surface inside. And that's about the way that this is all laser cut. Precision cut laser pieces. We will show you. I do want to show you. I want to show you how easily those pieces come out of the flat pack.
We've got one more show and then we will get to demonstration. We'll do an unboxing. What would you be putting in there, John? What are you thinking?
Well, I was going to put dog treats in there for the dog, but the dog will never be able to open this with its paws.
Amazing. You got, very quickly, what dog do you have?
I bought a terrier.
Love it. Look, you can put jewellery in there. You can put treats in for the dog if you want as well. Actually, we've got a little bit of video showing how beautiful this box is. So take a look. This is your treasure box. So, John, tell us a little bit about what we're seeing.
So you can see, once again, we've got that removal of the key, the insertion into the mechanism, and watch those beautiful cogs inside. You can just see the cogs turn as you open it up. That's because the mechanism is not just a simple kind of key turn. It's all driven by the gears. We're called UGears for a reason. Of course. Because the whole aspect of every single model is about how you use those gears to operate the various models that we've created.
Creating that working mechanism, it looks beautiful, it's functional, there's hidden secrets, there's attention to detail in any of the kits that we've shown on the show. Actually, any kit you get from UGear, standard, you're going to get such attention to detail. They look perfect for jewellery. You can imagine this on a, what do the lady, you know when ladies get in the bedroom, a lady getting ready doing the makeup, what's it called, that piece of furniture? Vanity. That's a thank you, Molly. I was looking at John, he's like, why are you asking me?
I know.
I'm not a lady.
Do I look like I'm a girl? Do I look like I put on makeup?
You look like a man who would know these things. Details for your screen for the treasure box. $34.99. You are saving £7, but yeah. $34.99 for
Make
that
the most
is
of that.
ridiculous.
That's a great price for that,
yeah.
and the beauty of creation, and then the gift afterwards as well. It's a twofold thing, isn't it? You know, you build the thing, you build this magical thing, and then challenge your friends to open it because they won't be able to.
They won't. Actually, so that would be great at Christmas time. It's a curiosity box, hand around, see if anyone figures out how to open it. Speaking of curiosity...
You'll know if they're HOCHANDA viewers, if they do.
Yeah, remember, you've got to keep our secret. We talked about the train, because we had the new release train, the V train. Now, this is our steam locomotive.
Yes.
This is the difference. You were mentioning before how you can see all the cogs and the workings of the movement on the top. This is stunning, stunning.
So we had a 462 Express. We now got a 460 here, if you are a train aficionado. I'm just going to move the tender back a little bit. Again, the attention to detail is huge. So excuse me while I pick this up and allow the camera to follow it. Again, we've got little doors that open to allow us to get in.
Perfect.
Just there.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have a hatch that allows us to see inside.
Fantastic.
And you can see the thickness of the rubber band that's required to drive these now. And I'll just click that shut.
You also get
and once again, you also have the mechanism by which you connect it to the tender. Just running off a little rubber band from that.
Lovely.
That again is tensioned with the rubber bands to allow it to click back in place. And with this one, we wind up at the back.
It's a very, Robin producer saying it's a very satisfying sound, and I agree with her.
Yes,
Something
absolutely.
about it.
If I put this on the end of this track, it's going to fall off the end.
Yeah, well, we'll do it in mid-air. Yeah, we'll hold it. Yeah. But you get to see the quality of the movement here. Watch this. Look at that. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do, John. If we do that again, and we'll turn it sideways, and we'll get a better view.
That would have been better, really, wouldn't it? Yeah, you've done this before, haven't you?
This is my first show.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're doing really well.
Thank
Keep
you.
going.
Thank you. Don't know if they're going to have me back.
I'll vouch for you.
Thank you.
Right. So tension it a little bit more. Right.
Okay.
Actually, so if you hold it that way around, you can see.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, perfect. Look at that. That's incredible. So just using potential energy stored in that elastic band, this has come flat packed. Beautiful, beautiful present, $64.99. So if you know somebody who's passionate about their trains, what a present. 668-834, your item number. We'll see it one more time in action, then we've got a beautiful video to show you. But you have got flexi payment on here as well, £32.50, and this could be yours. Awesome. I tell you what, let's take a look at the video. It's coming, it's good. Both John and I were just glued to that video. You've got little monitors in there.
It's slightly mesmerising as well when you've got cogs and gears working in that process.
Yeah.
There's an element where you can sit, do you know, you can sit and stare into a fire for hours. You can sit and stare at those cogs moving for hours and hours. And reminder, I've got to come back to it again. If you're coming to this hour new, you know, there's no glue involved.
Big one,
this is all about the flat pack wood, and we're about to show you the model here that we've got, and you see how it arrives and follow the instructions. The instructions are so simple.
Yeah. And we'll see that. We're going to be doing that right now.
So, let's do it.
Got to tell you very quickly, this is the bike that we're going to be working on. Now, we're really popular. Producer Robin, I can hear her, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, Robin. I hope I'm not going to get in trouble. So she was mumbling to herself, saying that she doesn't think this is going to last. There is a real danger it's going to sell out. I'm just putting that out there to you. You can make your own decisions. But if it was me, at this price and the Freedom price, I'd be all over that. 19 pence.
So this is how it comes. Almost small enough to slide through your letterbox in this instance. Not all of them are, of course. Okay. And this is what you get.
Fantastic.
And you get the flat pack.
Yeah.
And on the back, the instructions.
I'll just turn that around so you can see there. You've got your instructions, everything flat packed. And you wouldn't believe, from this, you're going to be making that. While I'll just let you open that up, I'm just going to look at this. I want you to just appreciate the attention to detail that you are getting with this bike. Now, can you imagine giving this as a gift to somebody who's passionate about the bikes? You got your headlight, you got your petrol tank there, the speedometer, the seats, the whole engineering. Look at the tire tread at the back. The fact that you have got the kickstand that goes up when you're using it and then folds back down. So display-wise, it looks fantastic. And in its raw form with that beautiful wood. Remember, all the wood, and I really like this about you. I'm a huge fan of UGears as a company, and everyone watching right now, because I know everyone's tuning in watching from UGears, say, you guys have done such a good job. The fact they place so much emphasis on sustainable wood, on being an eco-friendly company. Okay, so we've unpacked.
This is what you get. And you can see that each of the parts is numbered, so you know exactly which parts you should be going for. In fact, I'll turn them around so you can see, because we're looking at the reverse side here. Okay. So there you go. And there are all the numbers. And, of course, as you'd expect, for something that is laser cut, what has also been set out is the minimum waste. So when you're planning how you're going to put it onto the board itself, you're using the maximum amount you can to put everything in place.
You are getting your instructions as well. If we have a look here, I'll just let you have a flip through the instructions. So, John, am I right in saying you've got numbered and you're just saying you just literally follow the numbers?
Yeah, absolutely. So if we follow this through to the beginning point, you can see that everything is done in very straightforward, straightforward instructions. Here we go. Right, that's better. You've got a better idea. Yes, it's slightly, there's sheen on it, which means it's a little more harder for you to see. So one of the other things you'll see from this is a variety of toothpicks being used. The toothpicks are used as the spindles. Oh, okay. Because obviously for every gear, you've got to have a spindle for that gear to spin around. That's the only point where, if we're talking about the age of the person that we want to use this, we should possibly have an adult to help around about ages of 9, 10 and 11. Once you're over that age, you're probably good enough to be able to do it yourself. And I think that's good advice. I wanted to show this. This is included with your kits, and it gives you an indication of the amount of thought put into every kit. Look, read this. For some, a motorcycle is merely a vehicle, while for others, it is a lifestyle, the soul of the road, the spirit of freedom. A bike is a classic that won't leave anyone unmoved. And it's so true. So you're getting all of this wealth of knowledge poured into the designs, and it's not just, these aren't just mass-produced. There's so much time, so much love and effort poured into each of the kits, and you see it. So, I'm going to see if you can find the right bits. Okay. This is an intelligence test, Yanis. Okay, I'll fail straight away. Oh, well, let's see if you can do better than that. All right. So here you have, and I'm going to hold it up again so you can see, and Yanis can see it as well. Okay. This is the description of the board. Yep. This is the board that you're going to choose the piece from, yes? Okay. And it's indicating where on the board the two pieces that you're going to need next are. Okay. So, okay, I can follow this. Can you find the board? Let's have a look. So we've got the board here. One. Which is that one? Which it would be, not that piece. Where are we? So follow the board, Yanis. Okay, now I've got it here. Follow the board. So there, I've got this one here. Yeah, remember it's indicated on the board itself. So this piece here. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I was looking at the centerpiece. Okay, so we're here. That's where you need to be. Yeah. This is where we are. Okay. And do we just push it through? You just press it out. Okay. Oh, there, I tell you what. How easy is that? That really does come away beautifully. Are you worried that when you press that piece out that it might not come out in one piece? I'll be honest with you, that's why I was a little bit tentative, because I hadn't pushed through. On live TV, I was hesitant. I shouldn't have been, because you can see the thickness and the strength of the wood, being that plywood, and it came out beautifully. Indeed. So you don't have to worry about it. Now, what's the difference between the piece you're holding in the hand and that piece there? Well, I can see, I feel like I'm back at school, John. You're pushing out the centre. So what do we push out the centre? So press the centre bit out, which has got smaller bits on it. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
You got it?
Yep. And there we go. It is that simple. So you're seeing here, and there is another component which I can see in there. I'm going to pop this down for a second. Would I take this bit out?
Yes. Well, that's the other bit that's indicated on here that you're going to need.
The second part.
That comes down in
Okay, so we follow the steps. I'm
yeah.
getting ahead of myself.
So we're at 1 and 2.
Okay.
2 normally comes after 1, but it's up to you, Yanis. You can do it any way you like.
I was getting ahead of myself. All right, John. So look, we're following here. There's our step 1. And look, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And there I've got it in my hand, so that's the piece. Okay, and then we go on to step 2. Now, step 2 is saying, so this is where we need our little cocktail stick.
Yeah.
And we're going to put it through.
Well, in this instance, the cocktail sticks would have been divided in half. And sometimes it's handy to have a little craft knife to be able to do these steps as well, which is, again, why we recommend possibly having an adult help with some of these steps for those people who are younger. And then you're going to start putting, taking the cogs, these little cogs here, and you're going to start putting spindles through these mechanisms here, which are the forks for the rear suspension.
Oh, okay. So now, having a look, you've got the 2 holes, which I can see just here and here, where we'd be splitting the cocktail stick and stuff in half and put it
this
through.
One's indicating that, again, and the only other thing that you might occasionally use, I have to say I've never used it myself, is a little bit of wax candle. The wax candle will manage to grease where the spindles go through, where they're going to turn. And one of the things we've had today is the fact that the models are a little bit stiff. So to make sure that they do move freely, a little bit of wax from an ordinary wax candle can help. It's not vital, but it helps the way the process goes through.
Right.
So again, once we get to this stage, you're then looking for these other parts. You've got part 1, part 2, 3, 4, and another 2 and a 3 here that are going to be put together. And you can see the directions of the arrows indicate exactly where something has to be put into, from which direction it has to go, and then what the completed version of it will look like.
And you see all the elements here. If you're worried about finding them, now remember, we already took out that centerpiece, and you described earlier on about maximizing the space of the actual flat pack. So all the different components are actually here. You can see them.
They're grouped together. Within 1, you'll find 2, 3, and 4 as well. There's a real logic to this in terms of how you position this and how you put it together. Okay,
so look, what I would like to say, if you're planning we're limited on the bike.
Well, that's a shame, because the bike's the best one.
Well, there's a point there, and that is a cautionary tale. Look, we've gone green on the screen, so if you do want to go for the bike, we've got less than 10% of our stock. It's going to go before the end of the hour. I'm giving that warning, I'm putting it out there. So if you want to get hold of it, now's the time to put it in your basket. And I only say that is because I don't want you to miss out. $17.99 is a great price. If you're a Freedom member, your delivered price, because as Freedom membership, your P&P is included, £16.19. But what I will say to you, and I just want to leave you with this, because obviously we've got lots to see, with the bike, and it's so nice, John, thank you for letting us unbox this. Have a little think, because, let me just hold this up. Here's the instructions. Do you see how highlighted the 2 elements that I needed to find, and it was super simple to find, and then on the board, I've just knocked out that element, that center element here. And then, as I go through, so you can see, we've got that there, very easy to follow. So there's that piece, that component. And then in the center, that's the rest. So that's steps 3, 4, and 5. You've got them all there. It is very easy to follow, I promise you.
From my own experience of putting these together, and I've built quite a few in my time now, there are several things to remember.
Please tell us.
One is that if it doesn't fit the first time, you're probably doing it wrong.
It's a good rule in life in general.
Yeah. So we put that on a little stone, shall we? And we can send it out as a paperweight to people. That and Carpe Diem, and if you're not the lead dog, the view never changes. Do you know that one?
I don't know.
That's one of my favourites.
I haven't heard. Where's that from?
It's an Eskimo saying, if you're not the lead dog, the view never changes.
I like that.
Yeah, you've got to think about that.
That's actually really good.
Okay. Yeah. There's more to me than meets the eye, Yanis. Keep going. So, when you've got a part that doesn't fit, don't keep pushing. Go back to the instructions, check that you're doing it right. And I'm really interested, actually, that this one, because I think people are dipping a toe in the water here. For $16.99 or $17.99, this is a great starting price. I tell you what, once you've started and built something like that, you'll be coming back for the locomotive.
Easily. And you'll see how easy it is to do. The beauty of it, the fact that it has got a moving mechanism as well. You've got to be quick on this, because we're down single figures. It is going to go 181449, your item number there. You hear us talk a lot about Freedom membership. Here is the legend that is Dave Bradford to tell you a little more.
Hello everyone, I've got a minute or 2 to tell you why you should all be members of HOCHANDA Freedom. Did you know that with HOCHANDA Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every single month? For just £6.97 monthly fee, you'll benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And do you know the best bit? You can cancel at any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you'll also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom member discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings-on behind the scenes. Look at all these benefits for just £6.97 per month. Over 12,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
I'm a Freedom member, which means I can shop a lot.
It's the discounts and all the special offers you get.
I get special offers, I get special discounts. They tell me when everything's happening. So if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there. I'm able to just shop when I'd like.
It's just good to have. But yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see, you could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website quoting the item number 88888. So don't forget, you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and a members newsletter. So what are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
I've just been listening to John's story, so I hope you enjoyed Dave telling you a little bit about Freedom membership. Look, big news, the bike, I'm afraid it is technically sold out.
We did tell you.
I can see why it's popular. I mean, absolutely beautiful. Look, if you have got this in your basket, please make sure to check out, because after 7 minutes, if you don't, it'll bounce out your basket. Someone else will nab it. OK, we haven't got long left, so we're going to go through and just show you all the different options. This windmill, John, is staggering.
Yeah, and this is a more complex model. It's well worth pointing that out. The mechanism is done by turning the body of the windmill that winds it up, and then there's a brake that you release that then lets the sails go around as well.
But absolutely stunning as we are. Just pick that up and just see. Look at the intricacy of the cogs inside that moving mechanism.
Part of the process of the design of any of these, as far as UGears is concerned, is about the beauty of what you have. And some of our other models that people may have seen, there is a beautiful egg that releases to show a ballerina inside and so on. And even the complexity of the jewellery or the treasure box. You know, it's not purely about whether it works. It's not purely about how the gears work. It's about the aesthetics of what it looks like when you've made it, and I think that's shown off beautifully here.
I mean, that you talked about before being a talking point, and it is absolutely staggering. The attention to detail, the fact anyone walking in the room will gravitate towards it, and for £32 as a first flexi payment, remember, first of 2 payments, in my view, money well spent. 913295, your item number. There's your windmill. Now, brand new, windmill's new, and also steam train. So we saw the first release of steam train. This is, I want to say, the V4062?
This is a 462, yes.
462, I was close.
Yes.
Close.
V-Express steam train. And again, this is perhaps, you know, it's more of a Flying Scotsman than perhaps the tender that we looked at a little earlier on. But again, the intricacy of the design and the beauty of what we have in terms of that cover on the boiler, that only partially, because of course you can't cover the mechanism, that's part of the whole reason that you build it, and you want to see how it works, because you can see all the cogs turning inside. And once again, we wind with this, with our brake on in the place, and then you release, and the tension from the rubber band that's inside will allow the gears to go like that. I need to put this brake on properly, don't I? There we go. And then we can show you.
It work.
We don't really have the space on the table here to show you exactly how far it can go, but this is not the point. The point is not that it's a powerful model that's going to travel for miles. You're talking about probably a maximum of about 4 or 5 metres.
Still, that's impressive. When you consider just using potential energy stored in your elastic band. Oh, yeah. And look, what I will say, and you said this yourself, when you do build them the first time, it's getting things moving. It is wood. So brand new. If you know somebody who loves their trains, approximately 10 hours to make this, but there's no race. You can take longer, you can do it quicker if you want. there is so much going on. Just picking up the tender here, John.
The articulation as well, you know. Again, you could have done it so that you stuck 8 wheels on this that were just with a single spindle, that were then put into 4 straight holders either side. They've gone much further than that. Everything is articulated so that it moves independently of each other. It's that sort of level of detail. And that's why you've got these very specialised engineers who are designing these things, who are creating these products from scratch. There isn't anything else like this anywhere on the market.
You know, truly unique.
Go and do that Google search. If you doubt me, go and see what you can find in terms of wooden models that you build yourself, that articulate and actually move, that are geared and designed to travel, powered by rubber bands. You won't find them. Because there aren't any out there.
There really aren't. Sorry, I'm just moving on because we're being beaten for time. £32 your first flexi payment, 865 942 your item number, the Royal Carriage.
Yes.
So there is something for everyone on the show today, John.
Yes, it's what appeals to you. There are going to be those people who are going to just love making models no matter what. It doesn't matter what it is. There are others who are going to be either steam train specialists, motorbike lovers, jewellery lovers, or indeed sailing boat lovers.
Yes.
But this, of course, is a very niche sort of style. If you are a royal wedding enthusiast, and we know so many people are. Yeah. You know, this is really something that, you know, is worth having in your collection, I would have said.
Totally agree. $36.99. $36.99, and this could be in your room, on the mantelpiece, pride of place. 945454 your item number. Moving on, we've got a boat which you just alluded to. How lovely is this? Also a brand new kit. We've not seen this before. The
level of detail on this trimaran is fabulous, and I know the production guys have been highlighting the beautiful little seahorse that's right there on the prow, right here underneath the prow of the boat. But there's so much more to look at, and there's so much else that's also articulated, from the movement of the arms of the yacht, of the masts right the way through to the jib, and through to the rudders at the back that are operated by this little wheel at the back that shows you it's all connected. So you turn the wheel, and so the rudders move as well.
You've got your tender, so you've got your little boats in there as well, the dinghy boats. It all boils back to that attention to detail, the fact that you're getting working mechanisms in there as well. And it just looks fantastic. It is a work of art that you've created, that you've built. And the real joy of this is you don't need to be an engineer. You don't need to be a specialist. You've got easy to follow instructions. As John, I know you're really proud to say, you don't need to use glue with any of these kits either. They slide together effortlessly, and it all goes down to the quality of the wood.
They've done all the engineering for you.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and you have the joy of the creation of it. And do you know, there's something about building something from nothing. I don't know if you're like me, Yanis, but I quite like washing up. And the reason I like washing up is creating order from disorder. When you create something, it does something to the chemicals in your brain. There's a satisfaction in building something. And we talk about this hectic life that we live, where we're stuck in traffic, we're stuck in queues. There are too many other people who get off escalators and just stand there wondering where they're going, and you cannot into the back of them, you know? You know that feeling. When you start building things, which is why engineers are some of the most satisfied people in the world, when you start building things, that really appeals to the healthy chemicals in your body, and you start disseminating those. You build something and your brain's actually pleased with the result.
It's working the brain, it's giving you something to enjoy.
Well, it is one of the things they do give people when they're recovering from certain things like strokes and so on, is once you start to get some mobility back, creation of something is a really important thing to do, and a very constructive, and both uses of the word, constructive personally and constructive, obviously, to create the object itself.
It's a good point. Details on your screen if you do want to go for this. $35.99 if you're a Freedom member, but if you're a flexi payment for Freedom, got that totally wrong, £18. 966059 your item number. We're going to go on to our treasure box. This is stunning.
This is a stalwart of UGears. This illustrates what they do best. You know, it's the gearing mechanisms accompanied by the beauty and the precision of the design, the precision of the cut. And coupled with that, don't we all love a little secret?
Yeah, we do.
So we twist it to one side. We then twist our key, take the key out. We can return that to the original position, turn it round, take our key, put it in the right position at the front. Just finding that, and then we can open up our box. Oh. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that simple?
I think it's fantastic. And it's got a bit of a kaleidoscope effect to the top of the box, locking in that key. So that's how it works. There is a hidden secret to it. And I'll tell you what, it'll be real fun. And I know the very first time I did a show with UGears, I was presented with this box and saying, look, figure out how to open it up. Give it to your friends. That's a real joy. $34.99 your price, 717-468 your item number. One more thing to show you. The steam locomotive. So we saw the latest steam train.
Yes.
So this was the original. Yep. And beautiful again.
Yeah, no, this is a fabulous piece of design as well. And again, I come back to this thing of, you know, how on earth do you start to create something like this? It's mine's far cleverer than mine. So you wind it up at the back. And once again, if we take a look inside, you can see that there is the rubber band being twisted and the tension that you create.
Okay.
And I'll do it a little faster because time is tight.
Okay. And so is that band.
And then I will release the mechanism, and I've shown you, of course, completely the wrong way because the camera didn't catch that. Isn't that really helpful of you, John?
So this can go about 5 meters.
Yeah. At full stretch, and on a flat surface, that's what you'll find, yes.
Wow. I'm blown away by that. It looks beautiful. It works. True innovation in whatever the kits that you're getting here. They are stunning. Now remember, you're also getting your tender, you're getting your track, and for $64.99, but you can split that price in half, $32.50. I think that is money well served. So something, if you know there's somebody in your life, somebody that you want to get them that special gift, the gift of actually getting to create this fantastic train, but then enjoy it, put it out on display, maybe add to the collection. If you know somebody that's already got another of the kits and enjoyed it, and this you would say is a progression up, so maybe something to remember if you've gone for the bike and you've enjoyed that, progressing on to the train?
Yeah, I don't want to put people off because, you know, you've seen how easy, how simple those instructions are.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing you can get wrong. And as I said, if you do start putting a piece together wrong and it doesn't fit the way you're expecting it to do,
it's the golden rule.
You're doing it the wrong way.
Yeah, okay.
So go back, look at the instructions.
You'll never have to force it.
And once everything is laid out for you, and as you can see, there are sort of 2.5 bits that come with the motorbike. When you're opening this box up, you've probably got at least 4 or 5 pieces of plywood that have got parts on them as well. So that's the difference. Time taken, level of complexity. But once you've done one, you'll be hooked.
You will. You really, really will. It's been an absolute pleasure, John. I say, I spent the whole hour, your voice. It's quite hypnotic. Great voice. Great TV voice.
Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes and buy UGears.
Okay, listen, we've very busy. If you've got something in your basket, please, please, please make sure to check out. Now, John will be back a little later on with Charlie. So what, 2 o'clock?
Yes, 2 o'clock.
Amazing. So we will continue making the bike, I think, at 2
so
as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you've made anything from UGears in the past, tune back in at 2. We'd love to see your pictures. John, pleasure, mate. Hope to work with you again. I really enjoyed that. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. You can always catch up via Rewind as well. So coming up next, we got our Charmaine and the Card Hut. Don't miss that. She's going to be joined by the lovely Hayley, who you can see there in our fairy godmother. Then we got a one-day special, Cosmic Shimmer, Julia Watts. And after that, UGears are back. John and Charlie taking you through these fantastic mechanical models.
Hi, I'm Paul Church from Clarity Stamp. I've been fortunate enough to turn my hobby into a career and joined Clarity Stamp in January 2016. My background has always been in crafting and I enjoy making things and sharing things. That's what crafting's all about for me, making things and sharing with others, and also learning all the time. At Clarity Stamp we bring you a wide range of products from stamps, stencils, groovy and pergamano. And the great thing about that is that it covers crafters from all different aspects. So whether you're into stamping, stenciling, parchment craft, we've got it covered at Clarity Stamp. So I hope you can tune in and join the Clarity team on HOCHANDA.
My name's Jodie Johnson from Atomic Studios. Now, how did I start crafting? I started just after school. I actually went to catering college and I started as a pastry chef. And that's where all my skills came when I was moulding and shaping the petals. I I was that lady making the cards, making the gifts, going to the farmers markets, but I was in the right place at the right time. And I ended up with a job at Tonic Studios by somebody showing Tonic my work. My dad always said, if you want a precise job, you need the correct tool. Now, I thought he was joking when he talked about planes and chisels and all that business. But if you do want the correct tool, Tonic is going to provide that for you. Now, here at HOCHANDA, we share all our skills, all our experience, all the little hints and tips with you. So come and join me here on HOCHANDA with Tonic Studios.
The fantastic Pebeo gilding waxes are made from very fine metal particles coated with wax and acrylic resin. These produce a high quality finish on many surfaces including metal, wood, glass, and are perfect for many crafting projects. These 30ml pots are available in 5 unique colours. To stock up, go to hochanda.com.